Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Hibiscus Outdoor Pendant. This is the 369455. There's also two versions of this for inside and two different sizes too. If you like this, you'll probably like those too. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, independent of what it's hanging from, and that's going to be 12.9 inches tall, so you can call it 13, 24.7 inches in width, and then the depth on it is coming in at 18.6. So when you're looking up at this, it's basically an oval fixture, just so you know. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself, using all the different pipes that are going to come with this, and that gives you a pretty good range. 15.5 inches at its shortest, all the way to 45.5 at its longest, with the rods that are going to come automatically. Because this is starting off at 15.5, to me this could be a semi-flush if you guys have the ceiling height for it. Now, this is also going to ship with 94 inches of wire, which means that if you need to go beyond that 45.5, we just have to order some extra pipes for you. These come in kits, they're not very expensive. Email me for details about it. If you need to go well beyond the 94, like 150 or 120 or something like that, again, email us. We do custom lengths all the time. I want to show you a little bit more information about how that works, and how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of all the parts that come with it. It's going to show you how we're going to put it together. It's going to show you how Hubbardton is using a system of these interconnected screw together rods, and you're also going to notice on that page there's going to be a chart, and that chart is going to show you which combinations of which rods you use to get to the overall heights that are listed on that chart going down. So take advantage of all that. It's good to see it there. It's also going to show you information about the canopy that goes on the ceiling. It is going to go over your 4-inch junction box, so it's that big. Canopy is 4.6 inches round. It's also not slope ceiling adaptable. So outdoor fixtures are not slope ceiling adaptable because water could get into the knuckle that would make them slope ceiling adaptable, so that's why they are not. If you're using this in a different application and you do need it to be slope ceiling, email me and we can kind of talk about it and see what's going on. As far as what you're going to be getting to begin with, you're going to get 2 pieces of the 12, you're going to get 1 piece of the 6, you're going to get 1 piece of the 3, you're going to get a bunch of little connectors that put them all together. And generally how we do this is once you've figured out which pipes you need from the chart, you're going to put a blanket or some towels down or something. The fixture that has the bottom part that has the wires coming out, you're going to put at one end. You're going to feed the wires through these little parts one by one. So you're going to go through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, and eventually you're going to exit the canopy on the top, and you are pretty much done and in the game. And then you just screw them together. So that it takes just a second. So we'll do it this way. So look at that. Really, really fast. And once you're done, it's a very tight seam. You barely even see that there's a seam there at all. It looks like just one solid rod coming down. They're beautifully done. Hubbardton does a great job. This only weighs 6 pounds because this stuff is all aluminum for outside. No weight restriction on this at all. Okay, let's talk about what you can put into this. It's using a medium base socket, facing down, we know that. And the recommended bulb is an A19, and that's this size. We all grew up with this bulb, this A19 light bulb. So it comes in different ways. If you want to do incandescent, you can go up to 100 watts on that. However, lots of LEDs exist for this, and you know, when it talks about an A19, if you're doing LEDs, any bulb you can physically get comfortably into that fixture is fair game. So it's really up to you. There's a lot of really cool ones that'll work for it. You're going to be looking up and seeing the bulbs. So sometimes people like to see these clear ones with the filaments in them. I tend to like these kind. This is an A20, which is that'll work too. This I found up to like a 200 watt equivalent LED, believe it or not, out in the world. But even the regular ones, these guys, I found to 150 watt equivalent at a Walmart in Vermont. So it's really, there you go. These decorative ones have been used kind of in lighting fixtures above bathroom vanities. Remember those? Kind of like the strips that would go across from the 80s. Well, these are still around, and they're really nice. And there's actually even bigger versions of this that'll comfortably fit in that fixture, and it'll look like it's part of the fixture itself. It'll look like Hubbardton Forge's opal glass. So you might want to check into that. Again, there's no wattage thing as far as what you can put into it. It's the physical size of the bulb when you get into LEDs. So don't worry about that. A lot of them are going to be 60 watt equivalent, 100 watt equivalent. Like I said, 150. It's totally up to you. It's a dimmable fixture, no problem there. So just buy dimmable bulbs. In every video I talk about the color of the light coming out of these things. They're going to be offering these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a very yellow, warm, white light like a setting sun. They're also going to be offering to you these in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm too, but it's not. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room light or an overcast day. What we like to use in our showroom is called it's called warm white, soft white. And warm white, soft white is basically 3000 Kelvin. That's the light that's coming down on my hands right now. So it's this nice glow, kind of mimics an incandescent glow that we all grew up with. So that would kind of be my pick. I would probably kind of go for something like this if I was going to look up at this. And we have this in our showroom, and I do have something like this there. And it looks great, and it's dimmable, and it has the color of the light that I like. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that, and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.